Something strange is happening in the Appalachian Mountains. For centuries, these hills have held stories of pale giants, glowing eyes, impossible creatures, and figures that vanish the moment you look at them. But recently, hikers, hunters, and travelers have come forward with new encounters. Things that should have stayed in the past, but haven't.
What is it?
Tonight, we're diving into the most chilling Appalachian mysteries people still witness today. The not deer. In the backroads and backwoods of Appalachia, travelers report encounters with deer that look almost, but not quite, right. They stand too tall. Their legs bend in unnatural angles, backward, sideways, sometimes in ways that shouldn't be possible for bone. Their eyes face forward like a predator's instead of angled to the sides. And worst of all, they move with smooth, silent precision. No hoof steps, no rustling, just gliding motion. One driver said a deer walked into the road and stared at him without blinking. Its neck turned too far. Its joints looked wrong. It stood perfectly still, not breathing, not twitching, not responding to the headlights. He said it felt like the deer was studying him, as if deciding what to do next. Locals say the moment you realize it isn't a real deer, it already knows you noticed. The moon-eyed people. Cherokee legend speaks of a mysterious pale-skinned race with huge, soft, moon-like eyes. They were completely blinded by sunlight and only emerged under the cover of night. Their stone fortresses can still be found in scattered ruins along the Appalachian foothills, built by hands that vanished long before European settlers arrived. Stories say the moon-eyed people lived underground, came out only at night, and watched silently from the tree line with their oversized eyes glowing faintly in the dark. Some tales say they engaged in a great conflict and were forced deeper into caverns, never seen again. But hikers today report the same thing the Cherokee once warned about. Pale faces with large round eyes peering from behind trees at dusk, watching but never approaching. The Grafton Monster. In Grafton, West Virginia, locals still talk about a creature described as a towering, pale, headless-looking giant. Its skin is smooth like polished stone, and it moves in total silence, which is almost more frightening than the creature itself. In the 1960s, a newspaper reporter driving home at dusk saw an enormous white figure on the side of the road. When he stopped and looked closer, he realized it was dragging a full-grown deer with one arm, as if it weighed nothing. The monster's shoulders were massive, its torso huge, its head either sunken or hidden beneath its bulk. Hikers still report glimpses of a white mass slipping between trees. They say the creature can disappear in an instant, melting into the shadows like it was never there at all. Some believe it's a relic from prehistory, something that survived in the untouched pockets of Appalachia. The Mothman. Point Pleasant's haunted legacy began in the late 1960s when people started reporting a tall, winged humanoid with glowing red eyes. It perched on bridges, rooftops, and trees, watching with an intelligent stare. Cars were chased down lonely highways. People woke to find it standing outside their windows, wings folded at its sides. Right before the Silver Bridge collapsed, killing dozens, multiple witnesses reported seeing the creature circling the structure. Some believe Mothman is a warning, appearing before disaster. Others think it's tied to the disaster itself. Even now, travelers across Appalachia claim to see similar winged figures on ridge lines, glowing eyes watching from above. The Wampus Cat. From Cherokee legend comes the Wampus Cat, a massive half-human, half-feline creature with glowing yellow eyes and a horrifying scream. It's said to be the cursed form of a woman who spied on a sacred ceremony, doomed to roam the mountains forever. Hunters describe hearing screams that aren't cougar cries, but something almost human, angry and mocking. One hunter said he saw a pair of yellow eyes watching him for miles, always the same distance away, always just out of reach, matching every step he took.
Nobody outruns it.
Nobody sneaks up on it, and nobody who hears its cry forgets it. The White Things of West Virginia. These ghostly pale creatures appear on fog-covered rural roads, drifting silently and disappearing when light hits them. They've been reported as giant wolves the size of horses, faceless long-haired humanoids, or amorphous white shapes. One truck driver said a massive white creature glided beside his vehicle at highway speed, never touching the ground, never making a sound. Another woman said a faceless white figure stepped into her headlights, stared at her, and dissolved into mist. Locals believe the white things appear before tragedy, almost like omens. The Sheepsquatch. The Sheepsquatch is described as a wool-covered creature with ram horns, long claws, and a musky sulfur smell that fills the air before it appears. Campers say they hear trees snapping first, then the sulfur hits, burning their eyes and noses. Moments later, something massive crashes through the clearing, a white horned beast powerful enough to shake the ground. It chases but never attacks, as if it's testing people or observing them. Some think it's the result of chemical runoff from mining. Others believe it's something radioactive that mutated deep in the mountains. The Flatwoods Monster. In 1952, a fireball streaked across the sky and crashed into a hillside. Kids who climbed the hill expecting to find a meteor instead found a towering, floating figure with glowing eyes, a spade-shaped hood, and a metallic body. Neighbors reported scorched trees, oily residue, and thick gas that burned in air lungs. Officials claimed it was a misidentified owl. But the witnesses say no owl floats above the ground or leaves burnt earth behind. People still see strange red lights weaving through the hills, and sometimes a tall shape glowing faintly on the ridge. The Hidebehind. Loggers feared this creature because it was tall, thin, and impossibly fast, able to hide behind a single tree and stay completely out of sight while stalking its prey. Men went missing, equipment was shredded, tents were ripped apart, but no one ever saw the creature head-on. Modern hikers still report the same terrifying pattern, footsteps behind them, branches snapping, shadows darting from tree to tree, and the sense that something is following them, always staying just out of sight. The Glimmer Man. One of the most unsettling Appalachian encounters is a shimmering humanoid shape that bends light. Witnesses say it looks like a distortion, like heat waves rising off asphalt, or a person made of glass. A hiker in North Carolina said he saw the tree line warp as something large walked through it, invisible except for the ripple it left in the air. The moment he noticed it, the forest went silent. No birds, no insects, just the sound of his breathing. People say if the woods suddenly go quiet, something is watching you. The Appalachian Mountains are ancient, mysterious, and alive with stories, some older than the people who settled here, some still being written today. Whether these creatures are legends, spirits, warnings, or something that survived where nothing else could, one truth remains. The mountains are never empty. And once you step into the dark, you never truly know what is watching from the trees. If you love haunted history and unexplained Appalachian mysteries, make sure you subscribe to the Dark Side Chronicles. I post new paranormal stories all the time, so stick around, because the next one might be even darker than this. You don't want to miss what's coming next.